Alright, welcome to the second match for the day. We are taking on a Japanese Claude team here. We're going to use the same team because it could be interesting in terms of the matchups here, but I do see triangle attack and Freyr, which means I can't false start the enemy defense team to neutralize the effects of the triangle attack or the dual strike, whatever, in this particular matchup, which is fine. I'm just going to go with the hit and run approach instead. As I said, I was going to keep Yunaka on offense instead of putting her on defense. I do think she'll be pretty strong on defense, but I really don't like the cancel on a Cav on defense. I don't like when my Cavs run away after they attack because it messes up any potential dance plays that you may have in store. Especially with the fact that she's going to move all the way back 3 spaces. That would completely ruin like any potential follow-up attacks that could snipe you a kill. So I really don't want her on defense. Offense, I think, is really the best place for her, which is why I gave her the disarm trap, as I said I would. It does cut her speed quite a bit, especially given the fact that I'm not running a speed boosting C skill, but I'm actually really liking this Fatal Smoke 4. I'm actually really liking it quite a bit, so I think that'll stick around. I probably want to give her like some trait fruits just to swap the attack for speed, the IVs, although it really doesn't matter because if there's anything fast, I'll probably just use a different unit. That's kind of why Veronica is here, to pretty much catch any speed threats. But yeah, that is an option that I have available. So yeah, overall, I'm very happy with the team layout that I have here. Although I do need to move Elamine because I'm losing some potential lift. I think about 2 lift there in terms of score. But I'll fix that later. It really doesn't matter. I'm probably going to still end up in the same tier regardless of the 2 points. So yeah. The other thing that I was talking about was Edelgard. She is so powerful. Nice. So this is what I said. She really doesn't need the lethality.
Dropped your gift.
Yep, really doesn't need the lethality. Luna does just fine on her. I'm gonna end on this strap just to get rid of it. But yeah, no dancers, so we're pretty much good here in terms of hitting and running. We'll be able to get out successfully. I'm a little bit concerned about that pot in front of Freyr in terms of how I'll be able to get over there, but I'll figure that out later. We have time. But Edelgard, man, this winter Edelgard is so powerful. Even with Gale Force, she's still so powerful. I was really like, I was really hoping that she didn't get the true damage or the DR piercing with Gale Force, but she does. So yeah, you're just really in for a bad time if you have a save unit. And if you don't have a save unit, and well, I guess it depends on what type of defense you're running, but be prepared to start getting swept by that Edelgard. I'm pretty sure she's going to be everywhere. I've seen so many people pull for her. It's hard to believe that she's not going to be running around just absolutely demolishing things. I'm still trying to figure out how best to counter her.
Think it through.
I could probably get that kill if I were to like just add some, because of late session, I could get some actions going and probably take him out, but ooh, she misses that. Okay, that's good to know. Well, Claude is actually very fast. I just realized the other day that his speed actually doesn't have any cap. His attack and speed can go as high as the number of bonuses on him. So you're gonna be in a ton of trouble if he's basically like a flying version of Brave Crom. He can stack the bonuses endlessly. So that's probably why I'm just not able to get the speed check on him, even if he's like unmerged or anything. Really just such a fast unit. But yeah, I was saying that like the main way to counter this Edelgard is going to be Hardy Fighter, which makes me think that they're going to be putting out another version of, or the upgraded version of Hardy Fighter, just to deal with this Edelgard, because armor armor units are already in such a tough spot. Plus the fact that Dimitri has that skill that pierces damage reduction, it's really just increasing the value of Hardy Fighter. I don't like that, but that's where the game is heading. It's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. But I have to like, I think when I have to pick up a target in terms of who to give the Hardy Fighter to, it's probably going to be like Hardy Fighter paired with either, well,
think it through.
Pavis and the other one are just like not my favorite skills.
Still you persist.
To be running on near save or save units, I really don't like doing it. I would rather run Bonfire, in all honesty, because I prefer the damage output. I'd rather run Bonfire or Slow to get the healing so that the unit can continue fighting. Either kill or sustain. And since we're not going to be able to survive the hit, we're going to have to go with sustain, and that's why the Hardy Fighter is going to have to come in. It's quite disappointing because it leaves you vulnerable on the first turn. So if the enemy initiates... if the opposing team, I say enemy, it sounds so threatening. If the opposing team initiates on the first turn, you're pretty much out of luck because there's no way you're stopping that Edelgard. If your Hardy Fighter, if your Pavis isn't up. So... ah man, tough times coming. Tough times coming on defense. Tough times indeed. The Valentine's banner, I'm thinking it's going to be very powerful in terms of the next armor skills and what armor. I think we've had an armor unit every year. Except, did we have one last year? I'm not sure, but I think we've had at least one armored unit every year, and it's always been something good. So yeah, the Valentine's banner is going to be looking quite strong. Right after the New Year's banner. She kills everything, man. That Edelgard is so strong.
Still you persist?
I really enjoy using Veronica in offense. I just don't do it very often because I feel like she's too strong and I don't like being a meanie. But yeah, I really do enjoy using her. She's very useful, especially with the panic smoke. But yeah, in terms of like how I'd rank the banner, I think Edelgard is the best unit on the banner. If you haven't or if you're trying to figure out who to pick up and you have an option, I definitely recommend that you pick up that Edelgard. She is so powerful. Followed by probably Yunaka. I'd go with Yunaka instead of Dual Byleth, because as a save unit, I mean, they are strong, Dual Byleth, but there's just gonna be like way more powerful nukes coming, and they're gonna fall off very quickly. They'll probably last like 3 weeks. Whereas Yunaka and Edelgard, in terms of player phase options, they're gonna be sticking around for quite a bit. So that would be my recommendations or suggestions in terms of who to pick up. The Claude. Also, I really like his weapon. I'm going to give it to, well, I've already given it to my Leone, Summer Leone, because she was having like such a hard time ramping into Deadeye because calves don't have special acceleration or a skill that provides them with access to special acceleration. Unless you want to run them with like legendary Hinoka, but you don't want to do that like all the time. So I really like the bow in terms of how it's able to provide her with immediate access to Deadeye. Alrighty, so we're looking at Yunaka here. We're gonna take out Dimitri.
Let's get festive.
Yeah, man, they definitely did her justice. I'm very happy with how they put her in the game in terms of like the skills and her power and everything. But I still think like in terms of like choose your legends, that's probably where my vote's gonna go. At least a couple of them. Definitely Yunaka is gonna be my main priority in terms of like getting her on a Brave banner. I don't know what you guys are planning, but if you have any votes to spare, definitely throw them her way because she's Zappy, you know, and I love those papayas. But yeah, so far, pretty good. We're basically done here. Just got to figure out how to get that pot, and then we get out of here. I'm probably gonna start like doing the defense plays. Like I have to like. I don't think people realize how well. You just see them, but it takes like hours to edit. Like entire. Like I have to like spend my entire day editing that video. So yeah, it's a ton of work. So I typically like to get an early start. So I'm gonna probably start doing that right after this.
I'll do it.
And yeah, we'll just take it from there. A little bit tricky here in terms of the trap placement, but I do have a dancer. I just don't want to waste it necessarily. Probably something like this. But yeah, man. Hope you guys are enjoying the new units. Looking forward to the legendary banner at the end of the month. Should be pretty good. Olive forms and kind of, well, it would be nice to get upgrades on Yoon. That Micaiah, she's not very good. So if you already have her, there's really no point in upgrading her skills. She's already power crept. She just doesn't do enough damage. Who else was on there? I guess they're just not that good. The rest of them just aren't that good because I don't even remember them. So probably gonna go for the Yoon. But GG's. It's see you in the next one.